As you guys know, ICE agents are back in Chicago, and the ICE agents are running rampant. They out there, they trying to find people and deport them because Chicago is a big place for these illegals. And of course, a lot of this stuff is happening because of voting in Donald Trump. Now, a lot of people say, you know, white folks helped Donald Trump get elected, certain blacks, but a big population of people who voted Donald Trump in were Latinos. And this is a testament to show you that not everybody gets along or sees it one way. A lot of Latinos who've come over to America, including Hispanics, feel like we've done things a certain way. So we have followed the law, we've worked hard to get our citizenship. And then some of these people who are illegals are coming in, they're becoming problems for our communities that we live in. You know, if there's in Hispanic communities in Chicago and LA or whatever. And so it's hurting me, and they're not Americans like we are. Like, we are real Americans, and these people are getting away with murder. So no, there's no reason why they should be able to do it. And this is interesting because, you know, people didn't think that this was the case. But now Corey Holcomb, who is from Chicago, obviously Chicago has a lot of Hispanics, he asked a question that was probably hard for them to answer.
To my Mexican brothers and sisters, when I used to see you guys so proud to vote for your Republican Party, because there was a lot of my Mexican brothers and sisters. I remember the first time Trump got in, there was a lot of my Mexican brothers and sisters who were like, I vote for Trump. Yeah. And I used to be like, okay, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. I think now a lot of my Mexican brothers and sisters who wanted to do that, for whatever reason they wanted to do it, got to be feeling the heat now when you can't walk to the store safely anymore. You can get snatched up, black bagged, and never be seen again. Have you ever thought about that? Somebody who's been in this country their whole life, and they can justify grabbing you, taking you out of this country, and they're not taking them back to Mexico. Like, they would have
Wherever
trucks for that.
Right.
That's where they sending them to Africa. That would be funny.
They sending them somewhere where they're disestablished. Like, do you understand how karma slapped you in the face for boasting on that? Because there's a lot of black people who want to be part of political parties that don't serve their best interests as well. But what I'm saying is, I never forgot when my Mexican brothers and sisters were saying that. I used to be like,
Well, not
wow.
just Mexico.
So I wanna talk about that, because that's important right now, what he's talking about. What is he saying? First of all, he's saying the Hispanics were so excited about voting for Trump. Okay? And again, I voted for Donald Trump, but it's a little different with Hispanics because, you know, we've been in the country for 400 years. And like I said, if somebody get deported, it ain't really us. So it's different for other Hispanics. But then we found out this.
So recently they did a focus group where they invited several Latinos. All these Latinos voted for Trump, and they stated that they regret their votes for Trump because of the economy and mass deportations, which was Trump. Trump was really transparent on these particular issues. He'd been running on border security for over half a decade. He'd been running on tariffs and who could use which bathroom and who could play in whose sports. So there's no possible way you could really have voters remorse when Trump was completely transparent.
So the Hispanics, according to my brother Donnie on the Time Out, they're feeling a little bad about what happened, right? So the Hispanics are now saying, well, we've made a mistake. We're down bad. And we wish that we did not vote for President Donald Trump. And so now they're bleeding Latino voters. But what he said was Donald Trump promised these things. And remember, the Latinos started getting scared, telling black people that you guys are next. I mean, there's a whole bunch of fear tactics. And the reality is that a lot of those immigrants did not know that some of their workers would be deposed, some of their friends would be sent back. And again, you don't think about that when you're thinking about yourself, because you think that, well, I'm gonna just be honest and give you my opinion. Well, I'm not black. It's not my problem. That's the issue. I'm not black. It's not my problem. Well, the reality is that you or just like anybody else. I remember when the white South Afrikaners were getting into America, they were treated so much differently. I don't see anybody white being deported, sent back to Ukraine. Even with the lady Irina, the one that was stabbed, unfortunately. White people rose together against that black violence that happened that day in Charlotte, North Carolina. And they see themselves in other white people. And Latinos believe, some of them, that they were being sought after favorably because of their success, because of their, their money, their businesses. Okay, well then, the whites see me favorably, right? I'm now an American. And the reality is that they're finding out they don't. Some of these Latinos that are, walking down the street, they're American citizens. They're being harassed by ICE because they can't tell. They hear you speaking Spanish very fluently. And hey, where you from? Where your papers from? Oh, I'm an American. Are you? And that just goes to show you that a lot of these people want America to be, if it's white, let it be white and black, okay? But mostly white. All right. They didn't use everybody else for what they can get to make the country to what it is. So we don't need these other groups. And again, when you ever believe that you are somehow special, you're going to get your name call. And that's what Corey Holcomb is pretty much saying. Listen, respectfully, what did you think was going to happen? Respectfully, y'all was proud to vote. And respectfully, you didn't think that your day was going to come. And the reality is that the Hispanics have set their communities up in the best way, where they can support each other and their money and economies can be controlled. So they are going to be, in a better position not to have that economic shock. And that's why they had to do it in the first place. That's the reason why the Hispanics had to come out. Same thing with the Arabs, same thing with other groups. They would never be accepted by whites. If you go to Dubai right now, you look at all their development. One of the things that Dubai's understood is investing in themselves. They wanted to be leaders and not gatekept. They didn't want anybody's outside approval. They wanted to go from the desert, okay? They wanted to go to the desert to the dynasty. And anybody been to UAE understand it's a damn dynasty. That's what happens when you believe in yourself. That's what happens when you don't want to be owned by anybody. And the moment you start thinking that you have now arrived, even for blacks, somebody gonna let you know that you are not arrived. Look at Brandon Tatum. I did a video here. Brandon Tatum making thousands of dollars. He's been making thousands upon $1,000 as an influencer. Not just his YouTube money, but also with Israel and supporting certain levels of grift politics on the right. And guess what? He's doing his thing. Not mad at him. He's out there blowing up. Okay? He's doing his thing. I disagree. He's doing his thing. The issue now is he's putting his nose into somebody else's business that he shouldn't be doing with the Israel-Palestine conflict, all right? And this is very similar to what I've been talking about. The moment that you start to feel like you can do something and that somebody cares about you and you're just a guest in their country, you're just a guest in their community, they're gonna let you know each and every time that the voting of the white majority is what matters. And until white people are not the majority in this country, everybody is gonna go and cater to the whites. Now they'll come back down the middle to get to the Mexicans, to the blacks every now and then. But the hard power in this country is still the Nebraskas, the Middle Americas, the Illinois, the Utahs, the North Dakota, South Dakota, them parts of Texas, Ohio's, Michigans, those white places. They have those people in Middle America, Steel, Pittsburgh, and all that. That's who everybody gonna put their base behind. You gotta put your base behind those people. It only makes sense. And if you believe that that's not the case, that you're now a new base. No, money don't equal acceptance. And a lot of groups don't forget that. Because you have money, that don't mean that you're accepted. Okay? You have money. Thank you. Great. All right? That doesn't mean we want you over here with us. It doesn't mean we want you living around us. It doesn't mean we want you to be marrying us. Okay? It means what it means. You're in a system that rewards compliance, that rewards speed, that rewards innovation. That's what you are. And you get paid for that. But understanding that you're not white. Okay? We appreciate you for your money. Thank you for the tax dollars. You're not white. Your vote on this doesn't matter. We're not looking to please you. the heart of our community is not you. And so your little foreign friends, they got to go. So guys, what do you think? It's your boy, Shitty Jackson, back at it again. Another episode of Celebrity Junk. Appreciate for all you do. Turn the bell. We're out.